Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to start your own ISP, Internet Service Provider company. Let's get started. By the way, if you're serious about being a business owner, I highly recommend registering your business as an LLC. You don't need to go to a lawyer's office to get this done. You can set up an LLC in just a few minutes online using Taylor Brands. Just click the link in the description below this video to get your LLC set up quickly and easily. First, you have to understand what you're getting into. Before we dive into the numbers and technical requirements, I need you to understand something important. Starting an internet service provider is fundamentally different from most other small businesses. You are building infrastructure that people rely on for work, education, and entertainment. If your internet goes down at 3 p.m. on a Tuesday, half your neighborhood cannot do their jobs. That is a level of responsibility you need to be ready for. But here is the good news. The demand for reliable internet has never been higher. People are working from home, streaming constantly, and complaining about their current providers every single day. If you can offer better service, better support, or better prices, customers will switch. They are looking for alternatives. They just do not know you exist yet. The cost to start an ISP varies widely depending on the scale of your operation, your location, and the type of services you plan to provide. You have 3 main paths you can take, and I am going to break down each one so you can decide which makes sense for your situation. The first path is starting as a small-scale ISP by reselling internet bandwidth. This is the most affordable option and the one I recommend for most beginners. In this model, you purchase bandwidth from a larger ISP at wholesale rates and then resell it to your own customers. You are essentially becoming a middleman, but you control the customer relationship, the pricing, and the support. Your initial setup costs for this model will run somewhere between $5,000 and $15,000. Let me break down where that money goes. Licensing will cost you between $1,000 and $5,000 depending on your region. Some areas are more expensive and have more paperwork than others. Equipment will run you $2,000 to $5,000. This includes routers, modems, switches, and the other hardware you need to manage your network and connect your customers. You do not need top-of-the-line equipment when you are starting. Software for billing and customer management will cost $500 to $2,000. You need a system that can handle invoices, track payments, and manage customer accounts. Trying to do this with spreadsheets will fail the first time you have more than 20 customers. Marketing to find your first customers will cost $500 to $1,000. This can be as simple as flyers in local businesses, targeted Facebook ads, or door hangers in neighborhoods you want to serve. Your recurring costs will include the bandwidth you purchase each month, which will be $1,000 to $5,000, depending on how many customers you have and how much data they use. You will also have maintenance costs of $500 to $1,000 per month for equipment upkeep and network monitoring. The beauty of this model is that you can start small, prove your concept, and reinvest your profits to grow. The second path is starting as a medium-scale WISP, which stands for Wireless Internet Service Provider. This model involves setting up a wireless network using radio towers and antennas to deliver internet to customers. You are not laying cables in the ground. You are broadcasting signal through the air. This is ideal for rural areas, small towns, and suburban neighborhoods where running fiber is too expensive. Your initial setup costs for a WISP will run between $20,000 and $100,000. Let me break that down. Licensing will cost you $5,000 to $15,000. For wireless networks, you often need spectrum licenses to use specific frequencies. These are allocated and regulated by your country's telecom authority, and the costs vary based on how much area you want to cover and which frequency bands you use. Wireless equipment will run $10,000 to $50,000. This includes access points, antennas, towers, and the receivers that go on your customers' roofs. The range and quality of this equipment directly determines how many customers you can serve and how happy they will be with their speeds. Network design and setup will cost $5,000 to $15,000 unless you have the expertise to do it yourself. Wireless networks are tricky. You need to understand line of sight, signal interference, and how to position your equipment to cover the most customers with the least infrastructure. Marketing will cost $2,000 to $5,000. With a WISP, you are often targeting entire neighborhoods or rural areas where existing service is poor. Your marketing needs to reach everyone in your coverage area so they know a better option exists. Your recurring costs will include bandwidth purchase of $5,000 to $20,000 per month as your customer base grows. Equipment maintenance will run $1,000 to $5,000 per month because wireless equipment is exposed to weather and requires regular attention. This model takes more capital and more technical knowledge, but it also gives you more control over your network and higher profit margins per customer once you are established. Now, we need to talk about licensing, because this is where most new ISPs get into trouble. You typically need a license to start and operate an internet service provider. The exact requirements depend on your country, your region, and the type of services you plan to offer. Operating without the proper licenses can result in heavy fines, legal action, and your network being shut down permanently. Governments regulate internet services to ensure security, fair competition, and efficient use of radio spectrum. They also want to make sure that providers are technically competent and financially stable enough to deliver reliable service. This is not bureaucracy for its own sake. It exists to protect consumers and maintain the integrity of the network. There are several types of licenses you may need depending on your business model. A general ISP license is required for reselling or distributing internet services in most countries. This is issued by your telecom regulatory authority, which might be the FCC in the United States, TRAI in India, or Ofcom in the United Kingdom. The costs and application processes vary by country, so you need to visit their website and research the specific requirements for your location. If you are starting a WISP, you will likely need a spectrum license. This allocates specific radio frequencies for your exclusive use, so that your signals do not interfere with other networks. The fees for spectrum licenses depend on the frequency band you are using and the geographic area you plan to cover. Some frequencies are licensed and expensive. Others are unlicensed and free to use, but they are also crowded with other devices like Wi-Fi routers and baby monitors. You will also need local permits from your municipal government. If you are putting up a tower, attaching equipment to a building, or digging up streets to lay fiber, you need permission from the local authorities. These permits can cost anywhere from a few hundred to several $1,000s depending on the scope of your project. You need to register your business for taxes, so you can legally bill customers and pay what you owe. This is straightforward in most places, but do not skip it. And in many regions, you may need data protection certification to comply with privacy laws like GDPR in Europe. If you are handling customer names, addresses, payment information, and browsing data, you have legal obligations to protect that information. Here are the steps to actually obtain your licenses. Start by researching regulations on your country's telecom authority website. They usually have clear guides for new applicants. Read everything carefully. Take notes on deadlines and requirements. Prepare your documentation. You will likely need to submit your business plan, your technical network design, and your financial projections. They want to see that you are serious and that you understand what you are getting into. Apply through the portal. Most telecom authorities now offer online application systems. Fill out every field completely. Incomplete applications get rejected or delayed. Pay your fees up front. Most licenses require payment before they will process your application. Budget for this and have the money ready. Then you wait. The approval process can take weeks or even months, depending on the country and the complexity of your application. Use this time to work on everything else. Do not sit idle. Now, before you go, I want to share something personal. When I first looked into starting my own ISP, I realized most people don't talk about the downsides of this business, such as the 3 a.m. calls when a tower goes down in a storm, the customers who scream at you for buffering issues that aren't even your fault, the years of reinvesting every dollar into infrastructure before you pay yourself anything, and the regulatory delays that can push your launch back by months or even years. Recently, I discovered a much smarter way to make money. And the best part? Even beginners can do it from the comfort of their own homes. It doesn't require laying fiber or climbing towers, spectrum licenses or equipment maintenance, inventory, staff, physical locations, bank loans, or years of experience, and you can get started on the side even if you already have a full-time job. It's much more beginner-friendly and scalable than building an ISP, especially if your goal is income first, not headaches. I would say at least 99% of the general population still doesn't know about this unique business model, so you're still early. Click the link in the description and watch the free video to learn more.